Hello soulmates, welcome back again to the channel today. So today's video is going to be on the drafting of this beautiful dress, as you can see on the screen. This is a requested tutorial. So for those of you that have not seen my other channel, House of Quiz Jenny, please go ahead and follow me up. Please support my other channel, subscribe and watch my other channel. It's all about my lifestyle. So guys, without wasting your time, if this interests you, don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video. Let's get into it. Welcome back again, soulmates. So guys, let's go ahead and draft this pattern. The first thing I'm going to do is to place the half of my shoulder measurement, which is 7.5 on this point. Then I'm going to come down by ½ inch for the shoulder slope. Then from that shoulder slope, I'm going to come down by my armhole length, which is 7.5. So your bust divided by 6 plus 1.5. That is how to get your armhole length, okay? So after doing that now, the next thing I'm going to mark is my bust point. The bust point I'm working with is 9.5 inches. We are not going to be adding stitching allowance directly at the top, which is the shoulder area. We are going to be adding all our stitching allowance at the bottom. So I'm going to add ½ inch to my bust point area. I hope you understand. So my bust point area now is going to be 10 inches. So I'm going to be marking 10 inches for my bust point's length. So after marking the bust point, the next thing I'm going to mark is my half length. The half length I'm working with is 17 inches, okay? So I'm going to mark it at this point and I'm going to mark it at this other point. So after marking the half length, go ahead and come down by 8 inches. This is going to serve as the hip length. So my hip length is 8 inches, okay? So go ahead and mark yours. So after marking that, I'm going to also get the length of this paper. So the length of this paper is 36 inches, but the gown length I'm working with is 42 inches plus 2 inches stitching allowance, making 44 inches. So I'm going to just write it here so that I don't get to forget it, especially when I'm cutting on my fabric, okay? So I'm going to add it up on my fabric. Then go ahead and connect all the points together like this. So after connecting the point together, the next thing I'm going to do is to mark my neck width of 3 inches. Then for the neck depth of the back, I'm going to mark 1 inch like so. Coming to the neck depth of the front, we have like a curvy V at the front area. Now this depends on you. You can actually make use of 8 inches, but since my chest line is 8 inches, I don't want my cleavage to show much, so I'm going to just make it 7.5. So I came up by ½ inch, so I'm going to just make use of 7.5 inches, okay? Then go ahead and connect the neckline of the back like this with a curve. So after connecting the neckline of the back, the next thing I'm going to do is to connect the V neckline of the front. So I'm going to just place my pattern master like this and I'm going to just curve it out. So after curving it out, the next thing I'm going to do is to divide my bust measurement by 4, which gave me 9 inches. So I'm going to just place the 9 inches here. Then I'm going to measure what I have at the shoulder, which is the half of my shoulder measurement. So I'm going to just place it here, which is 7.5, to have like a straight line, okay? So after doing so, I'm going to also add my stitching allowance of 1.5 inches. I wanted to use 2 inches, but I changed my mind. Then I decided to use 1.5 inches, okay? After doing that, go ahead and connect this armhole length like this, okay? So after connecting it, go ahead and get the midpoint of the armhole length like this. Then go out by ½ inch like you see me doing, like so. Now go ahead and connect your armhole curve like this. So you can do this with your free hand or you can use your pattern master, so whichever one you want. So after doing that, I will go ahead and connect the shoulder slope like so. So you can see what I'm doing. So after doing this now, the next thing I'm going to do is to divide my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 7, divide it into 2. I got 3.5 inches. So I'm going to just mark it on the lines, mark it on the waistline, on the hip line and on the bust point line, and also to the end, okay? Then connect all the points together to give you a straight line. So after getting the straight line, the next thing I'm going to do is to mark ½ inch on the waistline. You can see on that waistline, I'm going to mark ½ inch at both sides of this line like so. So after marking it, at the bust point line, I'm going to come down by ½ inch. So you can come down by 1 inch. depending how busty you are. Then I'm going to just connect my dart like this, okay? So this is going to have a dart, so I'm going to just connect the dart this way like this. So after doing that, I'm going to come down from the waistline by 4 inches. So that is where this dart is going to stop that I'm marking. So just go ahead and connect the dart like so. So you can see how neat the dart is looking. So after doing so, go ahead now and divide what you have at that shoulder area. So you can see that shoulder area, I'm going to just get the midpoint like this. So after getting the midpoint now, I'm going to connect from the bust point line all the way to that middle of the shoulder. You can see it, just connect your line like so. So after doing this now, I'm going to divide my waist measurement by 4. I got 7.75. I'm going to place it there. My waist measurement is 31. Then after getting that, I'm going to replace that I have there. So I have 1 inch. I'm going to just place the 1 inch there. Then I'm going to add my stitching allowance of 1.5 inches at that part. Coming down to the hip line, I'm going to divide my hip measurement by 4, and I'm also going to add 2 inches stitching allowance to that, okay? So I added extra ½ inch to my allowance. ½ inch is going to be the ease for the hip area. I want the hip area to be free a bit, okay? So go ahead now and connect the points like this. Go ahead and connect it this way. So after connecting it, whatsoever you have at the hip area, you are going to just take it down to the length of the gown, okay? So remember, this paper is not the length of our gown. We are still going to add it up on our fabric, the length of the gown, okay? So after doing so, the next thing I'm going to do now is to get the curve which we are going to have at the side. So you can start your curve from the waist area directly, the waistline. But for me, I'm going to come down by 1 inch, okay? So I'm going to come down by 1 inch, and I'm going to just make a curve all the way to the dart leg like so. So just go ahead and get a perfect curve, okay? So after getting the curve, guys, this is what we are having. Now let's go on to the main business of the day, which is the collar area. But before that, I'll go ahead and highlight all the parts on this paper that we are going to need, okay? The patterns we are going to need. I'm going to just use my marker to highlight it. So guys, after highlighting it, the next thing I'm going to do now is to go ahead and place my tape on the shoulder area like so. So looking at the picture, you discover that the collar is resting on the armhole area, okay? So just look at it properly. You'll see that the collar is resting at the armhole area, okay? But remember, on this pattern, we have not added our sleeve. What you are going to do now is to go in by ½ inch like this. So after going in by ½ inch, the next thing I'm going to do is to measure from this neck depth area. I'm going to measure out 6.5, so you can make use of 6 inches, okay, at this point. Then coming down to my bust point area, so after the dart, I'm going to mark 3 inches. So after that dart at my bust point line, I'm going to mark 3 inches, okay? Then you can just maintain this bust point line like so, but for me, I'm still going to come down by ½ inch. So you can see, so I still came down by ½ inch from the bust point line. That is how long I want the sharp part of this collar to be, okay? So this is actually not the standard measurement, so you can make use of yours. It depends on how wide and long or big you want the collar to be, okay? So for me, I did not get to see the back of the neckline. So I did not get to see the back of the neckline if there is a collar at the back, okay? So I'm just going to be working on the front collar because I'm not convinced if there is a collar at the back of the dress. So I'm just going to place my collar on the front alone like this. So after getting this, the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead now and connect all the points together like this. So at this lower part, you are going to make like a curve. So you can use your free hand or you can use your pattern master to make the curve, okay? So after getting the curve you want at that part, you go ahead and connect this part from the shoulder all the way to that point. You can see. So after getting this, the next thing we are going to do is to add our stitching allowance. So we are going to attach it at the shoulder area, and we are also going to stitch at the bottom area by half inch. So we are going to add 1 inch stitching allowance to this. Okay, so go ahead and add your stitching allowance to this. So the best is to go ahead and draft out the collar on your pattern. So what some people normally do is to draft it separately, but I think it's preferable to draft out the collar on the pattern so that you can know what you're actually doing. Okay, you see it for yourself. The next thing to do now is to place another paper underneath like this. So I'm going to be tracing out the neckline. Okay, so you go ahead and use your tracing wheel to trace it out on another paper. So if you don't have a tracing wheel, I will advise you to get one. Okay, it's very important, especially as a pattern drafter. So I'm going to use it to trace it out. So guys, I'm done tracing it out, and you can see what I have on this plain sheet. I'm going to use my pen to mark it out so that it will be visible for all of us. Okay, and after tracing it out, guys, this is what we are having. So I'm going to write on this part on fold. So this part is going to be on fold when cutting on your fabric. Then the next thing is to go ahead and cut it out. So after cutting it, guys, this is what we are having now. You can see how the collar is looking like. So if you feel that the collar is very big, you can go ahead and make adjustment, okay, to the measurements that we used earlier. So after cutting out the collar, the next thing is to cut out our pattern. Please watch carefully the way I'm cutting out this pattern so that you don't get to cut it wrongly on your own. Okay, so at this armhole area, I'm going to be adding my stitching allowance of ½ inch. So you can add it up on your fabric when cutting, but I want to add the stitching allowance on this paper. Okay, then I'm going to just cut it out. So guys, after cutting it out, this is what we are having. So we are going to be adding 1 inch stitching allowance at the bottom part. Okay, then ½ inch towards this side. You can see at the side, so that we can join the side front and the center front together by the ½ inch. So at this center front also do the same, add ½ inch at this part. This part is the center front, is going to be on fold. Okay, so let's move on to the back pattern. So for the back pattern, I've gone ahead to use the front to trace it out, and you can see what we are having. So the only difference between the front and the back is the zip allowance and the neck depth of the back. Okay, so every other thing is the same, as you can see on the pattern, like so. After making some research and going through to NAIRA Stitches page on TikTok, I realized that the back actually has a collar. She was the actual person that owns this design. I went to her TikTok handle and I saw that the back has a collar. Okay, so we are going to be drafting out the collar. So the first thing I'm going to do is to place the half of my shoulder measurement, which is 7.5. So we already know this is where it's going to be. Like the way we did for the front, we went in from that half of my shoulder measurement by ½ inch. Okay, so from that part now, I'm going to measure all the way to the neck width. So what we are having is 4 inches. So that 4 inches now, I'm going to just take it all round like this. So you can see the way I'm taking it. Just take it all round this way like this. You can see what I'm doing, so to have like a curve for the collar. So after doing that, this is what we are having now. This collar, we are going to be attaching it with the front pattern. Okay, so on the piece of paper like this, we are going to be attaching both the front and the back collar together before we cut on our fabric. And already you know we have added 1 inch stitching allowance at the bottom of the front collar, so we are going to be making an adjustment. So we are going to be taking out 1/2 inch from that, because now we are not going to be stitching directly on the shoulder of the front, since we know the back has a collar. Hope you understand all of this I'm saying. If you don't understand, please go ahead and play it again. So I'm just going to take out the 1/2 inch like this. Just watch carefully, and I'm going to just cut this out. So guys, after cutting it out, this is what we are left now for the front collar. We are going to be taping the both collars together, shoulder to shoulder, before we cut it out on our fabric. Okay, I'm going to place a plain paper underneath like this, and I'm going to trace out the collar with my tracing wheel. You can see the essence of having this tracing wheel is very, very important and very useful. Okay, so just go ahead and trace it out. So after tracing it out, you can see what we are having. I'm going to just use my marker to outline it, okay, for it to be visible for every one of us to see it clearly. So after getting this is what we have. So don't forget to mark the shoulder area. Just write shoulder, and towards the zip line area write zip line, so that you don't get confused, okay, so that you know the part which is going to the shoulder area and the part which is going to the zip line area. So this is what we are having after cutting it out. So we are going to just tape it down like this, and we are going to add our stitching allowance. So remember, we have added 1/2 inch at the bottom of the front pattern. Okay, so guys, this is it. We are going to place this, and we are going to cut it out on our fabric. So after cutting out the back pattern, you go ahead and cut out the front neckline and cut out the front pattern. These are all the pattern pieces we have. You can see how they are looking. So in our next tutorial, guys, I'm going to cut this on our fabric. So you can use any fabric of your choice. You can use plain fabric, you can use Ankara, whichever one you want to use in making this dress. See you in the next video. Bye.